Well, good evening, everybody. Hopping on a little bit early here compared to usual. Try to target this for about 6:30 in the evening, but sitting at a hotel here in St. Louis and getting ready to head off to dinner, and wanted to get this done. And it's one of those things that been really trying to figure out over the past weekend what I wanted to talk about tonight. And I think if you watched a couple weeks ago, I told you that I had been reading this book called Crazy Busy, and it's one of those things that we all think we're too busy to read a book. But I'll tell you what, this was a short book, although it did take me a few weeks to read it. It's about 10 chapters, and last night, if you follow Breakfast with Bill and I kind of did a paired Periscope with the both of us, Supper with Sean and Breakfast with Bill. And it's one of those things that I wanted to talk about how crazy busy we are. And in the ending of this book, it really kind of struck a chord with me. And we even talked about it a little bit last night after the Periscope with Bill about what are we spending our time doing. And it's one of those things that we don't necessarily prioritize, and we're probably really horrible at time management these days, because we're distracted by this device that I'm holding in my hand and all of you are probably watching from. And it's really easy to get distracted and think about other things that we can do with our time and our, who are we gonna spend that with? And so the reason I'm doing this early tonight is I've got family that's in town, and we're gonna go do dinner and go to the zoo tomorrow and spend time with family. So as you think about what are you spending your time doing on the farm, it's really important that we think about what are we doing that's profitable. Are we spending time on the right things? Because if we're just wasting time thinking that we're making money, that's probably not a good idea. And I think it's important that as we talk about profitability in farming, that we're spending time. And I know sometimes it's probably not a good habit to get in of knowing and understanding how much per hour I cost my operation, but you better have a good idea, because that's going to help you understand if you were to, let's just say you're starting out farming and you wanted to leave your job. How do you know how much you can live off of? How do you know what you're going to cost your business to run? And that's one of those things that we have to think about as young farmers and ranchers. What is my true cost? Because today that's hidden because I'm supplementing that with a full-time job. And so you've got to think outside of the box. How am I going to make money? What's my true cost? If I have to buy my own health insurance, if I have to feed a family, what are those costs? And not only that, but there are hidden costs. And I'll tell you what, a good friend of mine that I met through Farm Bureau, he and I, we talk all the time now, and he just lost his grandmother. And it's one of those things that that family was so close and so tight that they spent the last hours with his grandmother. And as we think about how crazy busy we are, sometimes we get humbled really quickly by those life experiences of the loss of a loved one, and it shouldn't have to come down to that. So tonight, as you think about priorities and what you're doing, are we too crazy busy? Because at the end of the day, we are meant to be a busy people. In general, we can be busy. We can do a lot of things. We have a lot of opportunities, but are you doing the right things? And if you're wasting time, think about the profitability and the productivity that you can gain by doing things that are important, things that matter. And at the end of the day, it's family that matters. So I encourage you to prioritize, think about what are you spending your time on, because you're not too crazy busy to spend it with family and friends, that at the end of the day, those are the people who you need when you're in trouble or you need a shoulder to lean on. Those are the people that you're going to go to. So I'd encourage you, think about that. You're not too crazy busy. Take a look at that book, read that, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Supper with Sean.